Hello and welcome to Perilous Pursuits, a live D&D podcast where a bunch of us nerdy-ass friends sit around a Zoom call and play D&D. Tonight we follow a fledgling group heading north into Icewind Dale. Warning, some content may not be suitable for all audiences.
All right, so
we'll let Quincy get his microphone.
Where did we start? We were at the kobolds at the start of the previous session, right?
You started with
you were a
talking
spider
to Trex.
Right. Yeah. So we were already there, standing with the kobolds. Okay.
You were standing in front of Trex. There was like 5 or 6 kobolds behind him.
Okay.
I think I stood behind Trex, and you turned into a spider.
Correct.
Yeah, that's
correct.
Right. So, what's Yeti's voice sound like? We were fighting through the caverns. What is my voice supposed to sound like?
Close. It's good. Okay. It's getting better.
We fought through the caverns, and okay, so that's not good either.
We're gonna see how many we can get.
I'm just gonna close Zoom. There we go. Okay. Previously on Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, Yeti was standing there with his buddies, but he was a spider, and everyone else did a bunch of talking with kobolds. And after we talked a while, we decided that we would kill them. So we did, but only one of them. And then afterwards, we found a giant skull in a cavern to the south of that. And it was really strange because Mr. Magoo decided it was talking to him. So we tried to take it from him. And he wouldn't let us. And that's where we left off.
I feel like you skipped over some very important details in the middle there.
Yeti doesn't know how to recap properly. He wasn't paying attention. He was a spider the whole time.
I think it's rated.
I believe he got like smacked by some dark necrotic energy by a spirit that came out of it.
Yeah, Yeti took a giant blow of more hit points than anyone else in the group even has in one attack, and then was no longer a spider. And then he ran in fear for the rest of the fight. It turned out that there was a necrotic energy powering a hyper-intelligent kobold that once we defeated that kobold, the rest of the kobolds lost interest in the combat, and we were able to communicate with them and have them agree to work for the town. And then we went to the south.
And Smoke had a love affair with a giant or something like that? Some kind of weird canon backstory?
That was a different campaign.
Okay, that's right.
That's the one that just came out. Well, after the harrowing experience with Trex and ethereal entity that came out of him, you guys checked the bag, saw that the bag had some weird magical energy tethering potentially that ghost. You lit it on fire. You nearly blew Ponto up with it because of all of that wispy magical energy. So his face kind of just got singed a little bit. You guys dug around in the cavern to the south. Quincy had an experience with the crystal. Yeti and Ponto and Maximus all tried to remove him from the crystal. In the sake of doing that, some trickery was had. People were trying to outwit the other. In the long run, Quincy came up with this crystal, and no ill effects were had. He explained that the crystal was talking to him or allowed him to hear something, and not much other discussion. Maybe that'll happen in the long rest we're about to have. You guys continued over to the cavern to the east. You mined some.
Hey.
I think it's just a still shot is the weirdest thing. It is too, Jason. That is so gonna mess me up.
I love it. Look at that sexy beast.
He's just got the
Perfect.
deadpan face.
It's too bad you can't just animate the mouth when you talk. That would
Like a Muppet.
yeah.
You guys mind? And got some crystals. Got some Termalaines or other from the geodes, and you guys decided that it would be a good idea to rest up here in the cavern. What would you guys like to do? We're starting this with a long rest.
It's almost like Yeti's description wasn't good enough.
I just filled it out a bit. I
Like
also
double.
rolled a natural one, so there you go.
We're gonna rest here then, huh?
Yeah, let's rest.
I feel like I've been hit. I only have half my health.
Yeti will cast good berries and give. Anybody else need help?
Oh, I think we should all have temporary hit points.
Oh, well, you guys gonna have to excuse me for a minute. I gotta go pee.
Remember, Smoke, you just came across this bucket and you missed out on Quincy being twisted as fuck. Don't trust him anymore.
I have a bucket here, Quincy, and I'll help you. I'll hold it while you pee.
Oh, no.
The bucket?
On the stick.
Are you gonna hold the bucket?
No, I'll put the bucket on the floor. Aim for the bucket, please. I'll go behind Quincy.
Well, if you're holding it, you're the one aiming.
I will cast
Use
good
your
berries.
giant cat
And I will-
hands.
Cat can't scratch it.
I'm going to cast good berries, and I give 8 of them to Smoke, and then I'll hold on to one, and I'll flip one to Maximus and say, hey, we're going to hold on to these just in case someone gets hurt.
Just
I do
one.
have-
I'm holding on to one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do have 5 temporary hit points too. Did that just
Not
happen?
anymore.
Oh, okay. Didn't
Well,
erase them.
they'll last until the morning if something happens tonight. But
Oh, okay.
So you guys are gathering up good berries. What are you doing to make this kind of little cavern a little bit more restful? Are you making a fire? You have create bonfire, do you not?
I do.
if he stays up,
Well,
What?
you have to stay up
Lasts
to
for
keep
like a
casting
minute.
it.
Oh, yeah, but we could put a bunch of wood together from these planks here or something and create the bonfire if we wanted.
Rip out a couple planks.
I don't know. Maybe do we get to the other side first before we rest and then use the planks?
We'd just throw all these pickaxes we have here. The handles.
Yeah. Although, do we want to have a fire in an area where we don't have ventilation?
No.
I
That
mean,
might
there's
not
a
be-
central shaft going
Yeah, it's a warm.
directly through the mine. It is
Okay.
Warm down here. We don't need a fire.
Oh, yeah, okay, we're fine.
We could just put the fire in the barrel on the rope.
In the middle.
That's
Yeah,
going to make
good
a
idea.
really interesting crossing to get across.
That's okay, I can turn into a spider. These guys are fucked.
So you
can jump us
guys
all over.
are bedding down. You're getting ready. You don't know what time it is really. You assume it's somewhere around nighttime.
It was warmer in here though than the outside,
Yes,
wasn't it?
it is
Yeah.
definitely warmer in here. Smoke. It's a good day to be in the cavern.
He's good.
You guys taking watches? What are we doing?
I'll take first watch.
Okay, I'll take first watch with Smoke.
Was that Maximus taking a watch?
Oh man, he completely
Taking
forgot.
first watch. It's weird.
At 7 p.m.
7 till 7:30.
7:45. Come on. So the rest of you kind of find little nooks and crannies to kind of like grab your bedroll and throw it over top of you and just kind of like try and find a spot that was comfortable. Guys, you can hear a bit of water in the background as the waterfall is continuing to come down. Little drips here and there of the moisture and the humidity that's in this cavern as Smoke and Maximus stay up for the watch.
Quincy's going to crotch his gem.
No.
You're gonna
his-
what?
Put it in your
gonna
prison
what?
wallet.
My crystal. I'm just going to put it down in my
Oh fuck.
private area there
It's your new piss bucket.
because he doesn't trust Maximus.
That's true. That's the only reason he took a watch.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's a good call.
But what you don't realize, Quincy, is Smoke. He wipes you clean every night when you're sleeping, just to kind of clean you up and all that. And
Did he lick me clean?
wipes your ass.
See, if you want to make something like that said, we're gonna go with something accurate. Cats don't wipe.
Oh,
He just does it for fun.
now we take care of the elders back in the Highlands.
I'm not only getting used to the rough tongue, I'm starting to enjoy it.
And the gem goes swing.
Oh, boy.
You catch that sharp edge. Ooh!
That's not what went swing.
So Smoke and Maximus, you're staying up. You guys have a torch lit because both of you can't see in the dark. It's quite dark in this cavern.
Pretty sure I can.
No, I don't have dark vision, but sure, I'll have a torch lit. I've got lots of torches.
Mm-hmm.
You got dark vision.
Okay, perfect. I don't pay attention to who has dark vision. I expect you to. So, you guys are, I don't know, sitting in the middle, sitting at the end. Where are you guys taking your watch? The rest of the people are in the cavern. You can walk around a bit. You can walk
I'll
out. What are you guys
probably
doing?
be seated here.
Let's go sit on the edge, Maximus. Enjoy the height.
That doesn't sound like a good idea. But it probably has good acoustics. Sure, let's go sit on the edge.
We'll go sit on the edge.
Ponto, is Toxel doing something?
Yeah, Toxel doesn't need to sleep. So Toxel will join the watches.
Okay.
And I'll just do a little bit of
Is there like some telepathy happening from Toxel to you, or is it just Toxel is just
Toxel is just commanded to watch and to come and wake me up if there's anything of concern that happens. So,
all right? Sorry, go ahead, Smoke.
Oh, I was just going to make a little kind of a low, like a growl, just to hear the echo off the rocks.
Sure.
It is good acoustics.
Roll a performance check.
That's an 18. Not loud enough to wake people up though.
No, but I wanted to see how well it went. You hear this kind of low. You just hear this kind of hum that happens in this vertical shaft that goes up and down. And you hear just a little bit of a tremor. No reverb or no echoing really too much, but definitely you can definitely there is some acoustics here in this cavern here.
Maximus, could you imagine having one of your concerts here?
It would be pretty good.
Maybe we could retrofit this place.
Yeah, if we like built a proper stage that spanned this whole cavern, you know, Ponto could do his light show. This could be a real hip gig.
If you finish your last tour, maybe the last tour should end up again in Termalaine.
Well, it depends, you know. Depends if we're really liked here and there's enough people who will pay. You know, maybe we could sell some tickets. You know, because it would cost quite a lot of money to retrofit this mine to stage level.
That bar owner, he really liked you. I bet you could convince him to retrofit the mine. He's probably got money.
Well, I'll talk to him.
How can I hear your voice in here?
Yeah, it kind of has that echo, that reverb.
Well, can I hear you sing, though? I'm kind of waiting to hear you sing.
And Maximus will kind of clear his throat and wanting to hear the reverb and the sound, he'll sing out. Into the unknown! Into the unknown! Into the unknown!
Make a performance check with advantage. Thank you for backing up from your microphone. Just thank you so much. That was just like blasted.
So that's 23 for performance.
Yeah,
I'm amazed.
Maximus definitely like just belts out, and the echo that comes off this cavern is just like exploding back at you guys, and you can hear the kobolds are scampering forward, and they're like, and then they could just see Maximus standing on the other side, and everybody else kind of like wakes up, and you can hear the singing, and you just kind of roll back over to go to sleep, and it's like it takes everyone a little moment or two.
Shut up, you blowhard!
That was amazing, Maximus. Unbelievable. I've never heard such good singing.
Well, it's kind of a treat to have these kinds of acoustics.
You both make perception checks.
Oh, it's almost a 20.
7.
How much for smoke?
3.
3. Not much happens on your watch. Not that you can really see anything after like having your little concert happening in the central part of this cavern. Yeah, you guys don't really, other than the kobolds that meander, and you can hear them talking over there a little bit as well. Nothing else really happens during your watch. Or are you going to wake up for second watch?
I'll not wake up Mariodoc.
You're going to wake
Or,
up.
sorry, Yeti. Yeti.
And
My
you're
turn?
waking up.
I'm going to wake up Quincy. I'd like to see if I can sneak something out of his bag without him noticing.
Literally,
I'm looking
my
for the
bag.
gem.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know where it is, but I'm assuming
Sure.
it's in his bag,
it's
Yeah.
it's beside my bag.
next to his bag.
Hidden in the wrinkles.
So make a sleight of hand check first.
That is a 21.
Okay, so you're definitely quiet enough and quick enough and depth. Like you're able to like slowly move away Quincy without waking him, and now make an investigation check.
Okay.
Maximus, what are you doing?
7.
Yeah, you
I'm
don't.
just
you see,
waking up
I know.
Quincy.
You definitely like smokes like, oh, he's just waking up Quincy. It's just, oh, he's just doing a different way. I don't know. Maybe it's a custom of his kind. I don't know. You definitely go through Quincy's like component pouch and backpack a bit, and you can find what you're looking for, but you don't see the crystal anywhere.
So whatever item is sort of the crystal size, I'll just swipe it.
I don't know. Mike, do you have anything the same size as the crystal in your backpack? I mean, the crystal's like maybe 3 inches by 2
it's
inches
pills.
wide.
I have
His
a
pill pouch.
crowbar. Yeah, my pill pouch. Hammer. Hunting. I got a hunting trap.
Definitely not the size of the crystal.
Piton.
Yeah, you can take a piton.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Tinderbox.
I'll swipe a piton.
Okay.
Smoke makes a
Lethal.
mental note of another typical tradition on how to wake people. So similar to how he met Quincy for the first time.
Rifle
Okay.
through their bag.
And when you peed on me.
No, I'm
So-
saying.
Oh yeah, if I have to wake someone up, I'll have to rifle through their bags.
So Yeti and Quincy, you both get awoken for the second watch.
What? Why are you waking me up?
Time for your watch.
It's
Watch
watch
what?
time.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm surprised you took a watch.
And Quincy gonna adjust his junk as he gets up,
Oh, that thing pinches.
and then he's gonna.
Insight check.
Go right ahead. He's telling the truth, so
Inside.
it's an inside check.
Insight check.
No, it's not quite inside yet, but
I'll go sit over near Quincy there.
Quincy's rifling underneath his.
Look like this.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not what the skull looks like. But okay, it's a good representation.
I don't think Yeti knew that it was a Mind Flayer skull. Nobody said that, so it just was a big long skull to Yeti.
It did. Maximus made a history check. He's like, "Oh, I think I know what that is."
Oh, he did say it. Yeah, that's right.
I
Okay.
believe so.
Quincy's going to go stand on against the wall here and look up. Does this hole go up too, or what?
Yep,
Yeah.
goes up
Yeah.
through the other layers as well.
Does it go to open air or no?
No, it goes to the top of the cavern. And
Okay.
it's kind of an oddly shaped, like central cavern that somewhat works its way through the mountain.
Hey, Quincy. I gotta talk to you for a second. I don't know what happened back there today, but we're a team, so just know I got your back, okay?
oh, okay.
Just like you can tell me stuff if you want, and like you don't have to, but we gotta protect each other out here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I got your back too, I guess.
Well, no, but like, okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like, if you need to tell me something down the road, you can tell me if there's weird shit in your brain or something.
Yeah.
Good talk. Yeti's grown up in a hyper masculine sort of situation, so that was like really emotional for him. He like has to walk away and doesn't look Quincy in the eye for 24 hours. I'll just stand nearby down the hallway there.
Sure.
Quincy kind of dozes in and out of being awake or not.
Kind of just like head bobbing and kind of leaning against the wall,
Yeah.
staff down, propping yourself up.
My cane. Perception checks.
Yes, please. You can make yours is at disadvantage since
Yeah, I
you're
thought so.
dozing on and off.
Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry. So mine's at 5.
23.
So, Yeti, you're definitely in tune with the senses down here. You can hear the water, the droplets. You feel a little bit of air movement that kind of like ebbs and flows with the movement of the water. And you can feel it kind of rising on the one side and moving down with the water on the other. And you can hear the, not gentle snores, but the small, just kind of like, just as Quincy's kind of dropping off to sleep a little bit. Quincy, can you roll me D100,
Percentile dice? Is it?
please?
Oh, they do. Okay. Interesting. 48%.
Perfect. During your dozing off, Quincy, maybe it was the readjusting of your precious package. Maybe it's the way you've got it firmly gripped between your thighs.
Wow, I don't want to know where this is going.
It's like turning into tough love.
Yes. You hear kind of like background chatter slowly kind of like filtering in. Maybe it's the semi-consciousness state you're in of kind of dozing in and out. You see flashes of images of the wizard's tower as feels like memories are being kind of like pushed into your mind a little bit. You get the sense that whatever connection you have made with this being entity, you're not quite sure. You know of it, but not really like, oh, it was the thing in the wizard's tower on the left side of the room, third shelf up. That was the thing you knocked over and broke. And it shows you years of your own life, of images of you coming in and cleaning. And you get the sense that whatever this thing is probably almost as old as you, if not older. Yeah, that's about it. It's, some of the people are vague and the images aren't clear, but you definitely get a sense of like when people were like shadows and movement, and you know, you can see the vague images of the wizard's desk and like maybe a laboratory setup on the one side that gets moved every like 3-4 years and whatnot. So you definitely recognize this place.
So I also it would the visions would be like through that of a blurry glass.
Yeah, a little bit. You can
too,
definitely
right?
see the fluid. Like I said, it's not in focus. It's like you can tell the shapes. It's like if you took your glasses off and you were like, yeah, that's a desk. That's a table. That looks like that unfocused imagery.
Okay.
Yeti, you just hear not murmurs, but you can just like the dozing in and out of Quincy, and
I'm just trying to not
snores
look at
every now
him.
and again. You can't see him from where you are down the
that
hall.
works really
so
good for
he's
me.
around the corner. This is all you can hear it.
I like punch myself a little bit to man up.
Okay. Yeti, can you give me a D100 as well?
Oh god. Did I also get Mind Flayer? What the hell did I just roll? 8.
Perfect. You are a bit homesick.
Oh.
You miss the cold snow. You miss the wind, the edge of the cliff.
It's too warm in here.
You miss home.
Which one? The Yeti home or the Goliath home? Or both of them?
Bit of both. It's mixed feelings for you in this moment. You have fond memories of the Goliath village growing up and kind of some of the life lessons that you got taught, how to climb, how to skin, how to hunt, how to do some of those necessities for your tribe. And then there's also many fond years of living in the Yeti village and just how you feel about the misunderstood race, kind of like yourself, just a big person with not big feelings, but just like a regular person that's...
I don't feel at all.
I know, but inside.
Oh, I'm very tough. I don't feel at all.
Mm-hmm. That's what everybody says too.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Yeah, I'm not crying.
Exactly. So that stoic nature is, maybe it was the moment you had with Quincy and you were looking at someone else and you just, the heat.
I probably keep my face out of if there's a fire going somewhere nearby.
There's not a fire going, but maybe Quincy has. No, Quincy did not.
I would have a torch. I would probably keep a torch lit for my watch, but I was thinking
Quincy
about
has a torch lit.
Okay, good. Well, he'll have his lit then, and I'll make sure my face stays in the shadows for these moments.
Nothing else really happens during your watch. It's quite uneventful. Yeti, it's hot down here for you.
Yeah, too hot.
By the end of the watch, you're just like you're like leathers are off. It's like you're like bare chested, got shorts on. You're like, man, it's not quite enough to take off boots, but it seems like it's getting close. And then for last but not least, Ponto.
Okay.
Who wakes up Ponto?
I'll wake Ponto up.
Actually, do you wake up Quincy at the end of your watch?
What?
Because Quincy is kind of sleeping. Yeti, do you wake Quincy up?
I would probably make sure Quincy doesn't fall asleep anywhere near the edge there. So if he's actually falling asleep, I would at least tell him to move back. And then at the end of his watch, I'll make sure he goes to get properly settled.
What? You startled me.
We will
Don't
not
fall
make
off,
that
Quincy.
happen. So as you wake Quincy from his light slumber, everyone moves back. Yeti, you go over to Ponto, and how are you going to wake him up? One hand just grabs Ponto and throws him.
No, like gentle, I'll give him a little nudge with a foot, but gentle. Ponto, friend, it's your turn. I will stay close. You wake me if you need me.
Wake up and shift one side to another and grab all my bags and everything and sort of nod and go over to the mouth of the cavern, staying about 1.5 feet, 2 feet away from any of the boards and everything. And I'll reach into my bag of holding and I'll start taking out tools and lay this sheet down, and I'm laying down all my tools, light a little candle, try to block most of the light so it doesn't bother anybody behind me. And I'll be tinkering around through my watch, and Toxa will take the blunt of the watch at the front, but I'll be paying attention as I'm working.
Okay. So Yeti and Quincy, you find similar positions to where you were in, and goes back to sleep for the last part of your long rest. Ponto's got this blanket laid out, candle. It's probably maybe 2 candles set up just so that you can get enough light to see around stuff. As you start to tinker with your vambrace, what are you tinkering on during your rest or your watch?
Just sort of working on my vambrace and taking off sort of like the cloak and sort of messing around with the stitching and undoing some of it and rewrapping part of it, and just sort of constantly working on any pieces of clothing or armor and looking at the tools and sort of adjusting tools with other tools. And
Mm-hmm. Can you make a tinkering check for me?
boy, can that'll be a 23.
So you definitely make some headway with your tinkering, especially your vambrace in particular. Just like maybe it was like just being in the mind and just having like some peace and quiet to yourself in this moment. I
Can
feel
you
like
describe what the van brace is? Like, what is that?
So you guys would have seen like Ponto doesn't have like really heavy armor or anything. Like it's just sort of basic leather armor, except for just like the vambrace. So it doesn't include the gauntlet or like the rest of the shoulder armor or anything. But it has like sort of a heavier dark blue metal vambrace that sort of is like fur lined on the inside. And like every morning, every evening, you would see Ponto like take off the vambrace and start working on it and sort of messing around with it, and not necessarily like hammering out dents or anything like that, but always just sort of examining it and just working through armor pieces, working through clothing pieces, always trying to work with his tools to make sure that they're upkept and everything like that. But the vambrace is the only piece of armor outside of just like borderline commoner clothes, because AC's bad.
Bad deal.
look at me. So yeah, Ponto, with your tinkering check, you definitely make some headway in your quest to kind of like replicate this really unique vambrace piece that's been in your family. Whether it's just like understanding some of the metallurgy of like the actual metal of it, or maybe it's just like the folding technique of the metal itself. Some of those secrets have become aware to you.
Okay.
You might as well make your perception check to see if you see anything.
So Toxel rolled the natural 1 plus 4.
Awesome. Yep. He's watching you.
Yep, apparently. And I got an 18.
Yeah, you can hear the water as well. You maybe don't hear the wind or the air movement in the central part of this cavern, but yeah, nothing else. You hear definitely as morning is coming, or whatever this rest is coming to. You can hear the kobolds starting to chatter, and like, you know, they're awake, they're moving around, they're doing stuff. So your watch comes
once I
to
hear
an
that,
end.
is
Okay.
it so there's like no natural light that would be coming through at all?
No,
Um,
you're like the third level of the mine, so you got to think like you've ran 20 feet, probably like a good 50 to 70 feet
Okay.
down into the earth.
So as I hear sort of like the kobolds that I assume are sort of like going up, I'll grab the candle and I'll like roll up the sheet with all the tools in it and everything and jam it back into the bag of holding, and I'll go over with the candle, which I know absolutely will not give me enough light, but I'll go over towards the end here and I'll just see if there's anything like super weird going on with them, or if they have any torches or anything. If
you can see a little bit of light kind of flickering in the cavern, but they're not like, you don't see anybody on the other side of the gangplank.
Okay.
just for your guys' information, the bucket is on your side. Yeah. So your watch comes to an end, Ponto, and you want to wake everyone up, or are you going to let them sleep in?
We'll probably give like an extra half hour, like hour. It's been a day, and then I'll go wake up the first watch first, and I'll wake up Maximus and Smoke. And
Yeah.
put one of my cubes right by Maximus's ear, and I'll just mess with it a little bit, and then I'll run off over towards Smoke, and then the cube just starts, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, right in Maximus's ear.
Pondo. Why, Pondo? Oh, I feel like I slept on a rock.
It's probably because you slept on a rock.
Smoke has a big
I'll
yawn.
go over to Smoke and sort of like tap him on the shoulder and be like, Smoke, it's
Oh,
time to wake up now.
a
As
big
gently as I can.
mandible yawn with fangs just stretching out. Stretch out the paws and scratch.
Do some cat yoga.
Oh, arch the back.
Cat pose.
Good morning, Ponto.
Morning. I'll run back over, grab the cube for Maximus before he can swipe it or anything. And
Quincy and Yeti, you wake up as well from the cube. Just startles you awake. You all can complete your long rest. It is now the next day. Don't know what time it is. We'll figure that out when we get out of the cavern.
It's good. Yeti could go for a delightful blizzard, one of many, many varieties of blizzards. So is Dairy Queen.
It is nice down here, Yeti.
So you
Okay.
guys,
So have we done what we need to do down here?
Yes. Back to town, I think.
You should have. Look at Jason.
That's awesome.
it's
love it.
amazing.
That was a good joke.
Maximus, you know that you have some business to do with the kobolds potentially before leaving and confirming what they want to do and then relaying that back to the speaker Mastu. Are you guys gonna have, well, you guys are still full from, well, you had rations, let's say. But
Good berries.
I had 8 good
I had
berries.
like 6 good berries yesterday, so
Yeah.
I'm very full.
Yeah, me too.
So you guys, one at a time, as Smoke steps up to the crank and moves everyone to the other side of the giant hole in the middle.
Take
We'll
your
put,
smoke.
we'll put Quincy in the barrel first.
Sure, yeah. Quincy, you all right with that?
Oh yeah, sure.
So Quincy goes across first.
Oh, this
I should-
fucking emotion, it's the making me.
Don't remind me, we still have to deal with a second lift. I have not forgotten. Quincy goes across, and then Smoke ratchets it back across to your side.
Send to me
Who steps
next.
in next? Yeti jumps in next as the rope dangles and bows at Yeti's
Thank you,
massive
Smoke.
frame. He goes across, and then next, Maximus, Ponto.
Oh, Ponto will go.
Sure.
I'll help Ponto into the barrel.
Yeah. And then you wind it as it slowly clatters across. Maximus and Smoke, you're the last ones.
Go ahead, Maximus.
All right. I'll go cross
Maximus
next.
steps in, and again the cart or barrel starts to kind of like sway as it's swinging back and forth over this area. Maximus gets across, and then Smokey, you're the last one. You wind the thing back to you. You step back in it, and your hands go over top of the rope as you're pulling this bucket system across. So now the entire party is on the other side. You can hear the kobolds are skittering forward. They're like, hey, or how'd you sleep? You guys didn't really do much, but, didn't really expect more.
We
Did
killed
we-
your buddy.
Say that again, Yeti?
We killed your friend.
Yeah, Trex.
Good day's work.
We were there. That thing came out of him, and then we said, bye, Trax, and threw him into the middle.
I'll kind of glare at him and say, I still have a couple of scars from your crossbows.
Again, we're super sorry. Trex told us. Sorry. So
Why don't you throw your crossbow into the hole?
No, we won't shoot you. We promise. We promised. It's okay. Giant cat. And Zerk moves forward and says, if I remember right, you're gonna talk to the townspeople, and we're gonna stay in the mine or at the top, and then we're gonna work and we can stay here, right?
Yes, good.
Yeah. I'll arrange with the miners. I'll make sure we come to an arrangement where you can stay and work for them.
Oh, that would be awesome. Again, you are Maximus, that's right?
Yes, we're Maximus and the miners.
I'll
Right.
pull Maximus aside for a second, and I'll say, Maximus, back in the Malatran Plateau, we had these headhunters, but they would find you a job and take a cut of all your work. Maybe that's something you could arrange.
I want Smoke to roll an intelligence check to just be able to think of that.
I thought the headhunters in the jungle would work. What kind of check?
An intelligence check.
Yeah. Nope. 8.
So you got the headhunters part right, and then you're like, something happened with that, but I can't really.
And money.
It's never part of that world, so you didn't know.
Well, my thought was that these kobolds don't have any funds to pay us, but that we could charge the miners as if the kobolds were working for us. Like we're providing them as the workforce, and they can pay us.
So we're selling slaves now?
They are they're working for their home, and we're taking our cut for the finder's fee.
Everybody else okay with this?
Is it room and board, or is it just room?
Well, they just eat whatever they find in the mine, little bats or grub.
Miners.
Well, maybe if we come back, they'll keep the shiniest gems for us.
And you can see Zerk is kind of like confused by you guys talking randomly about cuts and finder's fees. They're like, what are they finding? I don't know. Why would they fee? Huh? And he's standing there. He's like, look, if the villagers or townspeople are okay with us, we'd like to work for them so that we can live here or maybe in town eventually, and we can be part of the workforce here, and we can they can send us some food every now and again, and we can just live a little peacefully.
Just know we don't speak for them. We have to talk to them. We don't know if this will work.
Oh,
Well, Zerk,
okay.
Zerk, if you are mining here for the miners and you find the king's jewel, you'll know it when you see it. If you can find that wondrous jewel, you hold on to it, and I'll come back and pay you well for it.
I'm gonna roll an intelligence check for the kobold to know what a king's jewel is.
Yeah, Zerk.
They might cut you from ear
Can
to
I
ear.
cast
if you do that.
guidance on the kobold?
Yes.
He rolled above a 10, so you feel like he has some inkling of you're not talking about a gem for a king, but maybe just a really big one. He's like, oh, I'll see.
All right, good.
He's like, do you guys need help to get back? We can go with you.
Probably wouldn't hurt.
I think they should stay here.
Oh.
Well, isn't this
okay.
warm? This is where you want to stay, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is where we were staying, but
Ponto's gonna look back over towards Maximus and Maximus, maybe they should come with us because they did want us to clear the minds of any kobolds that were here. And yeah, there's a circumstance that there's one of them that was really messing it up for everybody. But
so you say based on the contract technicality, we should clear the mine and then negotiate for the work.
Well, I think that it might be good if they come with us and we can explain that these guys aren't so bad compared to the other one that we ran into, and that maybe they'd be willing to do some work, and maybe we can get them some food, in the town on the way.
Probably be safer for them too, I would think.
A first contact scenario where we can introduce the two parties.
Exactly. And maybe it will come across a little bit more that, we trust these guys, these kobolds, and instead of just we left them
some stuff together. Yeah, how long does it take to get there? If we leave,
it's very cold out there.
But it's like an hour.
It's awful. You see, Zerk is just kind of it's maybe an hour or maybe 2. And you see him turn around and shout something in Draconic, and all of them are you can see the faces something was relayed, and just it was kind of shocking. He's like, okay, we'll meet you up at the second level. Yeah, we'll meet you at the second level at the bucket because we'll need help getting up. We're not good at the pulley system. We just scamper down. So
bring rags with you. Cleaning rags.
We're fresh out. Okay. Well, the 5 of us. Yep. We'll meet you. We'll meet you up at the second level at the bucket. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so Zerk scampers back, and you can see them going into some of the caverns and the holes, and you see them pulling out some little bit of clothing and gear as they start to bundle up, and they've 5 minutes goes by, and they all kind of go, okay, we're ready, as you guys are slowly meandering up to the second level.
Quincy will go last
Behind the kobolds
in the bucket.
Okay.
And when his turn to go up in the bucket comes, he's going to kind of use his cane, and it's going to look like he's swirling a mop around inside the bucket, and he's going to cast prestidigitation to clean the bucket out so it doesn't smell when he goes up.
Okay.
Oh, we all got it.
So you guys come up slowly through the cavern, 60 feet that joins the second and third layer of this mine. As you guys walk up, you walk through, and it's definitely quieter on this level with none of the waterfall happening. As you guys all approach the buckets, you see the kobolds are huffing and puffing to keep up with you guys. What are you doing when you get to the second bucket? Kind of smells odd. You guys all recall Quincy unleashing the beast here.
Quincy, you want to go first?
No, you guys should go first, I think.
Well, I'll stay behind last to make sure everybody's safe.
Okay. You probably should crank the thing for the rest of them.
Maximus doesn't mind going first, and
Sure.
he'll say, "Hey guys, watch this," and I'll climb the rope without the bucket. My dex is high enough. I'll just climb the rope.
That's
Smoke's
strength check.
Smoke's gonna be jerking the handle back and forth.
I'm going up too, but I'm using
all I want to
athletics.
know is how it's a dexterity check to climb a rope.
Yeah, it's a strength check.
Let me do strength then.
Sure, yeah. Make a strength.
I'm mucking with
athletics.
I'm mucking with the
whatever's-
handle to
whatever.
try and get him to fall into the bucket.
Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Okay, my athletics is 12.
Okay.
At disadvantage?
Why is it
Didn't say
disadvantage?
disadvantage.
No one's fucking with the rope.
Yeah, I'm screwing around with the rope.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to roll disadvantage? Here we
Nope.
go.
I want Smoke to make a performance check
Okay.
for his screwing around with the rope.
Hey, Ponto, you're very inspiring to me, you know.
Are you kidding?
You do not get guidance. I will not give it to you.
Oh, damn it. 8.
So yeah, you're slowly moving the rope's slowly moving, and like Maximus is kind of going back and forth, and
Okay, I
he's
have a physics question here.
sure.
So Maximus is climbing the rope,
Mm-hmm.
and is this bucket attached that, like, as the crank goes, like the bucket and the rope is going up, so it's actually easier for Maximus to be climbing
Yep,
because the
it
rope's going
does.
up,
Yeah.
but the bucket's no longer there.
So the bucket goes up.
It's
Yeah, okay.
chasing him up.
But who's pushing the bucket though?
And Gord is standing under the bucket and it's leaking out on him.
No,
Oh, leaking.
that's not happening.
It's been there for 8 hours. It's definitely moist on the bottom. Maybe some droplets come down.
It's that really thick.
The
old
crank
man
is to the
pee.
side.
Okay, so does my 12 get me up the rope?
Yep. You get up to the first layer and the first level, and you yell back down. It's like, I'm up here. Thanks a lot, asshole.
Yeah, thanks, Smoke.
What?
I go
This thing
next.
Must not be working properly.
As the bucket's coming down, Ponto's gonna reach into the bag of holding and grab some of his tools. And as the bucket gets down, Ponto's gonna cast Prestidigitation. And
Hey, that's awesome. It's a good
suddenly
idea.
The bucket smells a little more like sandalwood and a little bit less like asparagus and farts.
Oh.
Oh,
the tools go back into the bag of holding, and Ponto sort of, after you, Yeti.
oh, you're the best. You're so awesome.
Yeti gets in and Smoke's down there, winding the bucket back up. And Yeti is up at the second layer. The kobolds at this point kind of pipe up. Is like, just whenever you want to bring us up, it'll take a couple loads. So thanks.
Well, go ahead.
Bye, come on.
Two of them jump in, and Smoke brings them up, and it comes back down, and the other three are standing there staring at you. It's like, do we all go now, or does one of you people want to go?
You can go.
And so the next three jump in, and the bucket goes up, and you can feel them clamoring out. And then the bucket Smoke, you release the bucket and it slowly comes back down. And now it's just you, Ponto, Quincy, and yourself.
Ponto, you want to go?
Yeah, oh, sure. Ponto
Wakandan accent. I don't know. It's all over the place.
Ponto jumps in and Smoke winds the crank back up again, and Ponto is up on the first level as well. Now it's just you and Quincy.
I'll bring the bucket down, but I'm gonna bring Quincy over to the edge and I'll say, Quincy, can you pee right now, please, over the edge?
There's no edge here.
Can you just pee in the rock over there right now?
Sure.
It's pee time. It's pee time.
Just crank me up.
No, just pee over there, please. I know exactly what you're thinking.
Quincy, whatever you want to do, if you're making sleight of hand to fake pee, I don't know. Or are you peeing?
That's exactly what I would do.
It's not like that. You just can't pee on demand.
Well, I trust you, Quincy. You're an elder, and I must listen to you. So
I haven't been drinking that much lately. When we go to the bar there, maybe I'll have more pee.
okay.
I don't understand your fascination with my urination.
I have a leather armor, and I'm gonna fit it on him like a diaper.
Oh, that's so gross.
Upside down.
You're gonna grind that crystal into his nuts.
How about the episode title? Urination Fascination.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
There's Bar Nation, and then there's Urination.
Yep.
I'll just send him up in the bucket. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. So Quincy, you're going up in the bucket.
Fuck.
You get to the first floor, and you're kind of dancing a bit. Maybe it's the
I'm cranking as fast as I can. I'm cranking.
The velocity of this bucket going up is.
I rage, and I'm cranking.
Rage crank.
Isn't there like a river running right beside this bucket?
No,
Like a flowing, rushing, raging.
No, that's below.
I said I
if
didn't
you're
drink
gonna
that
rage
much.
crank, I want you to actually mark off a rage.
Yeah, I'm rage cranking.
Okay, you're gonna rage crank. This bucket goes up in what should be 6 seconds in about 2. It's like 1, 2, and he's just like Quincy's up at the top, and the bucket is just.
And he
swinging.
pisses on everybody that's standing up there as he flings up out of the bucket.
Quincy kind of gets up there. He's like, whoa. And you kind of stagger out. And you can see that Quincy has gotten out. Smoke.
Okay, I'll drop the bucket.
Yep. The bucket.
I
You're
will
cranking
look.
it down. Your rage cranking it down. It takes 3 seconds.
I look up.
Okay, everybody, let's pee off the edge now.
Doesn't his rage end if he hasn't
My-
attacked anything?
I'm going to
I
give him
seconds?
just the one.
I let
just
the bucket.
one round.
I let the bucket hit me in the head. I look up when I'm about to climb.
Take 1 point of bludgeoning damage from the bucket.
There we go.
It smacks you.
I keep my rage though, right?
Yeah. And you wind the crank up inside the bucket to raise yourself back up.
Okay.
So now you are all on the first floor of the gem mine. And the kobolds are out front, kind of at the edge, and they're all kind of like huddled around, talking to each other in gibberish, what it seems to you guys. And then Zerk turns around and says, "You forgot about something. Trax told us to cut some of the supports after you guys came by this spot. Sorry." We can try and fix them. We're small and we can climb. It might take a little bit, or we can just
We can tell the
go
miners.
slow.
Where are we?
You're up at the first layer now, and you're all here by the bucket.
Oh,
What
I
if you
see.
go across with a rope to protect us? Bring a rope to the other side.
So the kobolds have informed you that some of the support beams have been cut so that kind of like a weight threshold is needed. And
So
it
if
might
they-
not become so stable.
They gave us like an emergency rope on the other side.
Well, we could tie a rope to Ponto, and then Ponto could go and fix it.
Ponto, in his vast building experience, definitely feels like he could rebuild supports for such a bridge.
I mean, Zerk and his troop, they're like, yeah, we just cut some of the boards that go up like this, just like every third or so. So it's not like the wood structure is completely kaput, but they have cut some of the supports so that heavier people or maybe a cart full of stuff is definitely not going to make it across.
But they could fix it.
They're hoping they can ramshackle some stuff together. They're
Mending?
gonna.
Ponto, you got mending?
Not anymore.
Do you think there's some way for you to fix this, Ponto? Because I could turn into a big ass spider and you could climb on me.
I mean, there is a crate. There's a couple crates that are in this little area, and you could like rip apart one crate and just repurpose it into maybe some boards to like go past and over top of the cut structure.
If only we had an engineer with us.
I feel like Ponto's getting there. He's made some strides in his tinkering skills.
Smoke, I think you got this.
Should electrify the wood.
Yeah. I mean, I totally got this. I totally got this.
Okay, I can ferry us all across if you're not comfortable doing it.
No, I totally got this.
Okay. Then I'm going to go below you and I will be a safety net.
You create a big webbing.
Yes. I will do
Ponto's
that.
gonna reach into the bag of holding, and he's gonna pull
So-
a rope.
We're
And he's
gonna
gonna
get.
triple knot around himself.
Yeah, you're going around one leg once, the other leg once, and then
I'll-
back and across, and then around your waist, and then looping again to like create an actual harness.
Of this 50-foot of rope, like a good 35 feet of it is wrapped around Ponto's tiny frame, being like, I am not losing on this side of it.
I tie it around my waist and hang on to the slack.
And I will wild
Yeah.
shape into a spider and go below where he will be working.
Yeah, so Ponto
As a-
kind of crawls up onto the spider as you kind of like slowly go around and underneath, and you can see the spider. Quincy is like Ponto is standing on the side of the spider as he's got the boards, the rope slowly moving across.
Can Mr. Spider spit webs?
Yes.
You can make webs, yes.
Why don't you spit webs on them and make sure they don't fall apart?
My webs are ice.
Huh?
Might work still.
In this
Maximus-
warm cavern, it might work for a little while.
Maximus would like to be, just check the knots that Ponto's done, and
Yep.
he'd like to say to Ponto, "Look, Ponto, courage is the resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear." And I'd like to give him bardic inspiration.
Absolutely.
Spider also feels
100%.
inspired.
Always feel so inspired. I'll sort of back up, holding onto the rope, shaky as hell, back onto the spider a little bit, and as the like boards go down, and I don't like see anybody past the boards anymore. Freaking out a little bit.
Yeah. While you're there, you've used the bag of holding to help you like hold these boards and whatnot from the crate that you've pried off, kept. Make a tinkering check. You can make 3 of them actually.
That will be a 14 for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
A 12 for the second one.
Yep.
And a 19 for the third.
Perfect. You feel like the first one and the last one are definitely like solid. The second one, you're like, it should be okay, and you come back to it on your way back. You're kind of looking at it a bit, and you're like, maybe I should put one more because it's kind of in the middle. What do you do?
Janky reinforce it as much as I can, and then I'm gonna like tap on Yeti and just like point to the spot that looks like the most like lopsided, broken, damaged.
Yeah, you put a board on each face of the board has like another board spanning the cut, so to speak.
So you're saying you've sistered up the knee braces.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna sort of like tap on Yeti, and I'm like, I don't know if you understand me, but can you like web this section? And then I'll just sort of like crawl back a little bit and give him space to do what he needs to do.
Okay. I will use my ice webbing, which is the only webbing that I have on that section.
Okay. And what does your ice webbing do? Describe this word
Well,
picture for me.
the statistic of it is that it's a ranged attack that restrains creatures, but it also causes 1 cold damage every round.
So this webbing comes out of your little spinnerets at the
All
back
my
end.
happy places.
You kind of like, and like you can see this frosted spider's web that is attached onto it. You can see kind of like some fog coming off of it because it's definitely cold.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this
warm place?
Is this webbing 5 times stronger than steel?
Yeah, I mean, it's silk.
Sure,
right?
yeah, absolutely. In the time it takes Yeti's spinnerets to shoot a couple of web shots at this spot, the group up top can see a bit of the moisture from the webbing thawing, and moisture and this fog comes up through the boards. As you guys are finishing, you guys come back up and everybody's on the top side now.
Once the webbing's been like spat, everyone hears Ponto. I think it's good. Probably still do one at a time though.
Yeah. You guys wait for them to come around, or are
Okay, thanks.
Quincy, you go first.
Yeah,
Well, why don't we tie each other together here?
not
Got
too
enough
late.
rope.
Well, I'm tied to Ponto right now.
Okay,
what are you
I
doing,
tie my
Maximus?
rope to Quincy.
Okay.
Spider
How long
is-
is your rope?
Quincy's already walking across.
Spider is pointing with as many feet as he's got available to
8
go. Go.
I got 50 feet of rope.
Because I know that my
Yeah.
web will be causing damage over time, so I'm like, let's go. Come on.
As
It's not
Quincy's
damage
crossing.
in that sense because it's an inanimate object. That's why it's melting. It's like
Okay.
Freezing wood
Tree-
wouldn't hurt the
a
tree.
tree in the middle of the tundra. Frozen is still just as good as a tree that's unfrozen.
Not if it's dead.
I'll say to Maximus, that's a good idea to tie to Quincy as I watch. Quincy, wait! And he's walking across.
Quincy makes it across. You can see the bridge flex a little bit, just like it did when you guys crossed the first time.
I'm going to take Ponto up from on the other side so that he doesn't have
Okay.
to cross the bridge.
Sure. Yeah, you guys cross. out the
I'll
other side.
untie the rope then from me.
And then
Well-
I'll tie my rope to Smoke.
Okay.
Okay.
So Smoke and I are joined.
So the funny thing is there's about 55 feet of space to cover,
Yeah.
And a 50-foot rope tied around two people is like maybe
40 foot?
40 feet in between. So
Just run, Maximus, and I will jump. When you reach the other side, I will jump onto the platform.
Okay.
I'll spot everybody as well once I got Ponto down,
okay.
just if it's necessary.
So if we run together, I'll leap into the air just before I step onto it, and he should reach the other side.
So
You
that
could just-
means
You could just
hold on.
walk behind me, and then when I get to the other side, if anything happens, you can just jump the remaining distance.
Yeah, true. But I said it already.
All right, you do you.
Oh, you're both at the mouth. I'm not going to make this happen any slower or any faster than it needs to. You guys work this out. So you guys are there.
Also, the rope
Maximus
won't
is
cover the whole length.
the rope
No,
will not
well,
cover
apparently
the
it
whole
won't.
length.
But
Okay.
It's
okay,
10
so
foot
how
squares.
about we're on the near side, or we're on the far side right now.
Yep.
Smoke, why don't you run across, and as soon as the rope gets taut, I'll start running. And by the time you get to the other side, then if anything happens, you can pull me up because you're strong.
Sure. I'll go across the other side.
Are
Mhm.
you guys gonna send the kobolds first?
I thought the kobolds went first.
No, the kobolds didn't do anything. They're all standing there with you.
Oh, well, we'll let all the kobolds go first. This is the last ditch effort where I'm
Yeah.
going.
The kobolds just walk across. They're pretty
Yeah,
light.
they have no problem.
Yeah.
So if I'm the last one to go,
Yep.
I'd like to say to Smoke before he makes his run, if you can't fly, then
I'm
you run.
focusing. Let's just go.
If you can't run, then you walk. If you can't walk, then you crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward.
What war movie is that?
That is so obvious, Maximus.
Yeah.
So I'd like to inspire Smoke
True. Yeah.
because this could be the role that I need him to make.
So Smoke slowly and gingerly walks out, and the boards are creaking. You can hear,
My claws are out.
yeah, you can hear like digging in, and you can feel definitely this bridge is starting to like definitely sag a bit and move a little bit more than it should be. The rope slowly goes taut.
I look back at Maximus and give him a nod.
You guys are getting ready. Both roll a d20.
Ooh. 5.
Okay, so Smoke gets a cross, and just about as you're finishing crossing, you kind of hear it.
Maximus,
Maybe.
run!
One of the braces has started to give a little bit more. Maybe it was that middle one. You're not sure.
Okay? And as he starts running, I'll run behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Quincy, or no, sorry, not Quincy. Maximus, make a dexterity save.
Dexterity. So I rolled a 9. My dexterity is +3.
Perfect. So you guys, you're hitting all strides in this one, and you're running and you're hoofing as you can see a couple of the boards start to come off the edge, and you jump as Smoke is pulling you in, and you make it to the other side as some of the middle section sloughs off, as that middle brace was not super well supported after everyone had walked across it. Your heart's pounding, Maximus, and you turn around and you can kind of see this 10-foot gap in the middle that you just finished crossing.
All my hair is puffed out.
Sure. Yep. That's
I'm a scared cat.
Yeah. Everybody's on the other side, and Quincy and Yeti who is a spider still, and the kobolds are like, we're really sorry. Are you guys okay? We feel bad, like when we shot him. Bad. I'm so sorry. Drax told us to again. As we come up to the through the next part of the cavern as you're walking together, we will get to the mouth of the cavern, and we're going to take a break there so that we can all get a drink.
I'm going to go explore up and down this chasm before we leave.
Like the central shaft?
Yeah, just to see if there's anything in there.
Well, he's a spider.
Yeah, I'm a spider. I'm just going to
Sure.
climb up and down real quick.
So before we go, make an investigation.
Okay, I'm not the best at that, probably.
Guidance.
Find a purple worm.
I can't guidance you. You're a spider. You didn't tell me what you were
-4 investigation. Oh, I rolled that 20! That's a 16.
So how many Driders does he come in contact with?
None, thankfully. You crawl through this space, and oddly enough, there's a small pocket in the middle between the first and third floor, inset to the back side, that has this weird enclosed camp or something of the sort, this notch that's in the middle. There is a bunch of bones here. Maybe this was part of the Grell's lair. You're not quite sure, but nothing really shiny on the floor.
I'll turn back into myself and then cast Detect Magic.
Sure, yeah.
Once I get on solid ground, if I can.
Yeah, you'll crawl into the little nook. It's like maybe 4 feet in. It is like, and it's not much. It's just a little nook.
Okay.
You'll cast Detect Magic, and nothing magical in this space.
Then I'll use my last wild shape and go back up.
Before you wild shape.
Oh,
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, before you wild shape. You see some writings or something on the inside of the wall. What languages do you speak?
Common, Druidic, Dwarvish, and Giant.
It's not anything you can make sense of, Yeti. You can see that it's some form of language, but it's beyond you.
Can anybody hear me?
Can anybody hear me?
Can we?
Hear me. Hear me.
You take a
Anybody
crayon
respond?
drawing?
Yeah, I'll
Do you
try.
have any?
No, I don't have any paper. I'll just try and can I do a check just to see if I would understand what this language would be? Not that I can read it, but what language it is? No.
No.
Okay.
It's unfamiliar to you. It's like you looking at Mandarin or
I'm guessing that one of
Punjabi.
these skeletons wrote this. Can I check the corpses to see if I can determine what species they are?
sure. That's gonna stretch it, but okay.
I don't know.
Medicine?
Survival?
Uh
Either way.
survival. We'll go with that.
That's a mad one.
No,
7.
you cannot. You can't figure out.
Okay.
They're humanoid in shape, like average size, like
Is there a
Maximus
skull?
maybe. There's definitely a skull here. Yep,
I take a skull.
sure. Put a skull into your inventory with a question mark beside it.
Questionable skull. And then I will turn back to myself and go join everybody.
shove it between Quincy's thighs.
Yes.
It's where you put all your great loot.
Loot bag.
Quincy's prison pocket. Right between the bag and the hole.
Oh my goodness.
A strap that just locks it in.
The perineum.
Yes.
Is a bag of holding and a portable hole.
All right. So I have this skull, but I am a spider again to get back to everyone, and so they don't know I have a skull now. So
Correct.
and I can't
You
say
all
anything.
heard him shout out
Oh, they
you
did?
all kind of like, they did hear you,
Okay.
but like there's a waterfall roaring in this area, so you barely hear him over that. So if you even yell in, he's not hearing anything because all he hears is water coming down and it's bouncing off the caverns.
Okay, well then, yeah, so I just take a skull with me and I rejoin the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Then
so you guys make it to the cavern's edge just about before you take the next 60-foot trek to go out into the landscape of Icewind Dale. Do you change back or do you keep your spider form?
I'll change back when I'm on solid ground. And I'll explain what I seen and then I took this skull, if anybody knows what species this is from.
Sure.
I don't know.
We will cover that when we come back.
Perfect. Awesome.
See everybody in 5 minutes.
Hi everyone, we hope you're enjoying this episode of Perilous Pursuits. Feel free to check out our website at www.perilouspursuits.com for lots more content. If you'd like to support us further, consider becoming a Patreon and receive perks all the way up to joining us in a Perilous Pursuits adventure at patreon.com/perilous. We would also like to send a shout out to our Perilous partner Describe. It's a great Dungeon Master resource to give you professionally written text on everything from locations and spells to items and creatures that you can use in your very own games. Check out our link to Describe at www.perilouspursuits.com for a 10% discount.
So Yeti climbs back up in spider form, walks out into the plank and walks forward, and all of these little tiny kobolds, they're definitely kind of like taken aback by the form of Yeti just in his large size. Definitely makes them nervous a bit. Do you transform right away when you...
Yeah, once I'm safe, like on solid land, past all of the wood stuff.
Yeah, so you transform and do you do anything right away, or do you continue walking with the group?
I found, wait, why do I sound like that?
It's okay.
It's okay. Ah, yes. I found
Yeti's
skull
back.
down there, guys. I found skull in weird writings that I could not read. Anyone know what the skull is from? I hold out the skull to everybody.
Does it look like the skull that Quincy got his crystal from?
It does not look like that.
Okay.
It's not a kobold skull because we've seen a
Nope.
kobold skull, right?
Not that.
Oh, here, give it to me. Let me have a look. I'm half proficient in medicine.
What does that mean?
Well, it means I'm half proficient in medicine and survival, so I'm good either way.
You can do heart surgery on all of us.
Well, on half of your heart.
Or brain
so
surgery on Yeti.
I believe everyone can make a history check if they would like
Okay. History,
to.
I'm
Smoke
half
if you're gonna
proficient
do
in.
it, it's disadvantage because you have no idea what this is.
What about Yeti? Can he do one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Smoke gets advantage?
No, disadvantage.
Smoke would have disadvantage. Yeti, just a regular roll if you want to go again.
14.
8.
Maximus,
I got a 4.
Ponto, Quincy.
Quincy got a 16. Might have seen
Still
this thing in a lab before. The wizard's lab.
You're muted, Ponto.
That's awkward because I was very proud of my 21.
We saw your chest puff out there.
Yeah, he looks pretty big there, yeah.
We weren't sure why.
I will not repeat what I thought in my mind first. Ponto, everybody's staring at that, and you're looking at it, and you're like, man, that looks familiar. And you're like, it looks like I don't know. And you're racking your brain and you're thinking back and you're like, where have I seen something like this before? And you're like, that's right. Back when you broke into that tower,
Yeah.
you saw one of these skulls laying on the side, and it had like a little tag underneath it. It said the skull of a Durgard guard.
Durgard guard.
Well, that doesn't
As
help me because I
guard.
speak Dwarvish, so I thought I would
Yeah.
have learned something.
Dwarvish in this text did not help you.
Right.
A Dura guard.
Does anybody speak? Well, do we know what language a Duergar speaks? Do you know, Ponto?
No,
I
Ponto
haven't
would
even
not
told
know
you
what.
it's a Durgard yet. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, I am sorry. Ponto, any
Ponto,
idea
in
what this
his
is?
vast experience, knows a plaque under a skull, but has no clue what this is. And after thinking about it for a minute and like, can I look at it and sort of like examining, it's like, well, I think I remember seeing this kind of back home, and it's a Durgard, but I don't have any idea what that is really. I just know I've seen it.
Do we all get to roll a history check to see if we know what a Duergar is? And what
Depends
language?
how much
they-
you want me to be a dick.
Ah,
Because it would mean nothing to me apart from that it was on display.
Yeah.
Perfect.
yeah,
You're
you
like-
wouldn't know either.
So unless you can think of a reason why your character would know. what a
Maximus
Durgard
is a lore bard. He knows stuff.
Oh,
Maybe
that's-
if-
oh,
If
Not a
someone's
lore
from
bard yet.
If someone's
Not
from
yet.
Waterdeep, maybe there's a couple in there.
I'm from Waterdeep.
that's why I
No
was going to
Duergar
actually
that
ask
live
you.
in.
There
So do I get
is-
a roll?
Do you
Yeah,
speak
roll a
Undercommon?
history check.
That's a 6.
Yeah. You're like, I don't know what this is.
I only speak Common and Elvish.
Okay, well, anyway, there's like writing on the wall in there and a bunch of bones. Did the bones look like from one corpse or from?
Yeah.
just
You
from
would
one.
say just one.
Okay,
Almost like someone was either climbing and found it and like died, or was going down and found it and died. So
and we went to the bottom, right? We were as far down as we. Well,
you
no,
went
just
to the bottom of the mine, not the bottom.
Not the bottom of the main chute. Just the
We should
bottom
go
of
down the
mine.
main shaft, guys.
Can we drop a pebble down there?
Sure, yeah. Drop. a
Oh, we
pebble
wouldn't.
down.
We wouldn't hear it with the water though.
We wouldn't hear it anyway.
We dropped a kobold down there and we didn't hear anything.
You dropped
Yeah.
a Cephalic down there and you didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Well, that was down the water. We didn't know the water came this way.
Still
Yeah,
the
at
same.
that point.
You hear a Loxodon going, "Hello."
You
Okay,
hear no
well-
such thing.
What about one of your tinkering cubes? Can we drop one of those down there all lit up?
I
Or
mean,
maybe
I-
when if it was shouting, wake up, wake up, wake up, then we threw it down.
I'll throw a torch down there.
Sure. Just remove one from your inventory, Smoke, as you guys toss it off and you can see the.
A lit torch.
Yeah, I'm assuming it was lit.
Smoke, you so dumb.
You see the torch glow kick up as it goes. Roll the d20 for me to see if you throw it into the waterfall.
It would just be like a little
Just gonna
toss.
well, you said you threw it in. I was
Well, I was like, I wanted to go down the middle, so I'm just kind of
okay.
releasing it almost.
Yeah, sure. You'll just kind of toss it out, and it'll drop, and kind of you'll see it flicker as it starts to like kind of go end over end till it slowly just is the flame end pointed up and plummeting down, and you can see this bead of light just get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And then you
Quiet.
can't see it anymore.
We didn't
Huh?
catch the last of that sentence.
You did not hear or see the bottom. The torch never stopped moving. It just went out of vision.
So we seen it go like 100 feet down or some great distance, and then it was gone. Okay.
Yep. You just saw it get smaller and smaller, like a small, tiny candle, and then eventually it's out.
I think it goes to the other side of the world, which is impossible because our world is flat.
Oh, don't even.
That's a conversation for later. So you guys get out to the mouth of the cavern.
Spells aren't real.
Quincy, do you want to roll a d20 and Smoke roll a d20 as well?
Any particular statistic or just a d20?
Weather.
5.
Weather.
Roll for weather.
Oh, for weather.
I got a 5.
I got a 19.
Oh, great. That's amazing.
I don't think I've gotten over 10. It's beach day.
Seems nice out here, guys. Sunny, warm. I like it. Let's do this.
Second.
Perfect weather. I think the Frost Queen is gone.
That's funny. Okay, so the weather will be it'll be all right. It will be cold, it will be bitter, and Smoke you are severely uncomfortable with.
I'll be the last to leave the cave, trying to keep its warmth.
Take the lead. This way, guys. We've been this route before, back to town.
Yeah, so you definitely, as you guys are making your path or trek down from the mine itself, Yeti takes the lead, and you can see these 5 little clustered groups of kobolds that are just shivering and chattering as they're huddled together, trying to stay as a unit. Yeti, do you want to make a survival check with advantage for me?
22.
So you definitely know the path down here. There is no trace of your battle with Cephik outside here. Maybe you check for tracks from maybe Torga's group in case they were trying to ambush you, but you can't see any markings or anything of that as you peer out over the snow blazing landscape as it goes slowly winding down, and you can see the town of Termalaine in the background. You can see some smoke coming up from the chimneys where they're burning a bit of wood. Everything seems peaceful outside for a change. You take a deep breath of the cold, sharp air and feel at peace a bit more like you're at home, back to where you need to be. As you stride forward confidently down the path to Termalaine, you can see everybody as a group is kind of trying to hurriedly move with you because of the cold, biting nature of the temp of this landscape. You definitely make it as a group into Termalaine. It takes a little bit longer just with the extra kobolds, maybe about an hour and a half. It starts getting dark actually. By the time you make it back, it's kind of late afternoon actually. From your survival check, you're like, oh, it's not morning at all.
Can't hear you.
It's actually almost in the middle of the day. It's like towards the end.
Something weird with the weather, guys. Shouldn't be this dark.
From your time in the mine, you feel like it's been maybe more than a day. It's maybe a day and a half. Time down there, you had no idea what time of day it was. You rested when you needed to rest. You kept going. You were tired. You slept. You woke up. Time was a weird soup in that cave.
Nice.
Perfect.
You guys make it back to Termalaine. You're coming into the eastern side.
So as we come in, do we take note of any of the like Torga tents set up for them selling anything, or?
Yeah, because they were outside. They were set up
We're out
east
just
of
outside
the city.
Yeah, you definitely passed where they came in. If some of you want to make perception checks or maybe investigations to see if they were here, you guys were gone.
Oh, that one.
I got an 18.
18 what?
Turn it off.
Investigation
Oh, no, I haven't done it
perception?
They're both the same for me. So
Okay.
I got a 16 investigation.
So tell me, which one did you do, Maximus?
I did perception.
Okay. So you guys kind of combed over where you saw Torga, and you're looking for tracks in the snow, and you're definitely kind of like quarter staffs out, or maybe your sword, and just you're kind of like moving the snow maybe to see if there's like some remnants of somebody being there, but you don't find anything. You look out kind of over the side and maybe into the forest a bit just to peer to see if somebody else is looking at you, and you don't see anybody either. You guys continue on your way into Termalaine. Everybody see the map of Termalaine? You're kind of just at the very edge, just at the first little fork.
We are.
Right here.
This is the wrong map.
You're on the wrong map.
I chose Termalaine. You have to scroll over.
Okay,
It's over on the right.
there we go. Okay. I imagine we'll stay at the East Side Inn again. I like
You
that
definitely
place.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you taking these? You've got these 5 kobolds that are just shivering, and they're like,
Town hall.
can we go? Can we hurry up? It's cold out here, please.
Yeah, we'll go to the town hall and talk to the mayor.
You walk into town, and not that there was a ton of people around, but the few people that do see you definitely kind of give you a wide berth, as you are definitely creating a bit of a scene in Termalaine.
I'm walking behind the kobolds, kind of like in behind.
Yeah, me too. I let Maximus take the lead now that we're in town.
So Maximus, you're in front. Is anybody else in front with Maximus? You're muted,
No.
Spencer.
I
I'd
think
go out
I'm
front with
gonna go
Maximus.
back to the inn. You guys can deal with the whole cobalt thing.
I tried that last time. They all gave me shit for that.
Now, Quincy, we should stick together, otherwise we have to find you somewhere. You might get
We're a
lost.
team. All for one and one for all.
It's just over there.
Yeah, you're pointing in the wrong direction already.
I meant over there.
Oh, it's still the wrong direction.
I meant over there.
You got lucky. That's it.
Okay. Hey, see ya.
Quincy, you really meander off to the East Side Inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I follow Quincy. I'm not leaving him by himself.
Everybody else is okay with this?
You guys are stupid.
Yeah, where I'm going with Ponto and Yeti. We're kind of
So
walking
Ponto
with the
and
kobolds.
Yeti and Maximus take the kobolds are like, oh, do we go with you, right, Maximus? those guys are going somewhere else. And Maximus, you nod. Yep, just follow me. And as you guys wander into down Smoke and Yeti,
I'm trying to catch up to Quincy, and I'll just say, try and get in front of him and say, those dwarves that Maximus kind of pissed off there. I think we need to watch out for them and maybe stick with the group.
Oh, okay.
All right, turn him around.
Yeah, you guys will be playing catch up a bit.
Okay.
You'll be at least a block or two behind, just with you separating and them continuing and going down, catching him, having the conversation as they're continuing walking.
Okay.
Maximus, you definitely know where the town hall is. That's where you got you talked to the kid out front. You round the corner and you're looking down. You walk down that main line going to the town hall. As you follow, you walk up to the door. What are you doing? Maximus?
Yeah. I'm gonna see if Orem Matthew is at the town hall.
Okay, that's fine. So you knock on the door. You wait a little bit. There's no answer.
Is there a note on the door?
Just the same note that you saw earlier, but
Oh, okay.
so
Where did we meet him last time?
Well, we can go down to the Blue Clam. We met him there last time.
yeah. In the time it took you to get there, knock on the door, wait a few moments, kind of like going, what should we do? And kind of have this conversation. Well, I did see him at the Blue Climb last time. Maybe we should go there. Smoke and Quincy come and make it around the corner, and they're like only a block behind, and Smoke and Quincy can see you. They just Smoke waves and just like points to himself and over to Quincy and just like we're gonna meet up.
Quincy's gonna rifling around in his junk and pulls out his crystal.
Are you finally gonna pull it out?
Because it's grinding into his.
Yeah.
Oh, Quincy, what do you have there?
You would know what this is, Smoke. You would have seen, heard the discussion going on about
it.
But you know now where he's hiding it.
But that looks like it's a secret place, Quincy, where you hide your stuff.
Oh yeah, I got kind of like a pouch there.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to keep that secret?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Do we see him rifling through his pouch in the middle of the street as they're approaching us, or?
You can make a perception check if you want. Yeah. I mean, it's inside his weather gear, inside his robe, so you just look like he put his hand inside his own gear.
I don't.
Okay.
He's just scratching himself.
Can I be Meridoc now?
No.
Quincy, would you like me to put that in my backpack?
No thanks.
Okay.
You guys meet back up at the town hall. You inform Smoke and Quincy that nobody answered the door, including the time it took. Quincy, you weren't there for that conversation. Maybe Ponto was like, I think I remember. We met him back at the Blue Clam, and Maximus chimes. It's like, oh yeah, absolutely. You guys take off to the Blue Clam, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You walk for about another 20 minutes through the snow landscape of this place. It's quiet, kind of like it was last time. Maybe see 2 people on the roads.
I'm looking around because I'm worried about these dwarves.
Sure, yeah. What's your passive perception?
That would be an 11.
Wouldn't it be active if he's actually actively looking around?
Yeah, but you gotta think he's also walking in this. It's like saying you're walking into a crowd of people and you're like, you make sure you're doing this. You're not gonna see everybody. It's not like he's stopping and just like scanning the people. He's walking through, following you guys.
So perception is 11.
Yep, I got that. Thank you.
Okay.
You guys make it to the Blue Clam. I'm gonna have to remember who I called bartender.
Are there any
Castro.
dog sleds outside the Blue Clam?
There is one dog sled outside of the Blue Clam.
Is there any magical caravan cart outside the Blue Clam?
There is not a specific magical caravan cart sitting outside the tavern.
It's
Man,
worth
I
a
miss
shot.
those guys. Those guys were the best.
So you guys make it back to town, check the town hall, you made it over to the Blue Clam. What are you guys doing now?
Well, are we
Let's
gonna
go,
find this
guys.
guy?
Get inside where it's warm.
All right, let's go inside.
You guys hurriedly open the door and hustle everybody through, including the 5 kobolds, and pretty much the entire bar, because you're kind of in like the middle of the dinner time, stops dead and the place goes quiet as they all stare at the group of kobolds that came in with you guys.
Hello, friends.
It's all right, everyone. You have nothing to fear. These guys are with us. It's Maximus and the miners. We're just looking for Oren Matthew. Is he in the house?
Quinn Caskbrow at the back end of the bar, he pipes up. He's like, "Oh, you mean Oris Mastu? Yeah. He's a little bit busy tonight, but Maximus, everything good? Like, went to the mine like a day and a bit ago.
He went to the mine?
No, Oris didn't. He's got a bit of business he's dealing with today. You guys went to the mine.
Oh, where did he go?
You guys, I don't know. He's got a bit of business in town. He's a speaker. He's a busy guy. He
Where
usually
can we find
comes-
him?
I don't know, Maximus. If you just settle in, he usually comes in for something a little bit to eat, and he's expecting you guys to. He was actually expecting you yesterday, but figured you might have ran into some trouble or something. But it's good to see you. You guys okay? Did everything go well?
Yeah, everything went well. We found the kobolds there, and who am I talking to? What's your name?
This is Quinn Caskbrow.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know who I'm talking to. Okay.
That's okay.
So yeah, we were able to make a deal with the kobolds.
Oh, that's great. Made a deal with him, and Quinn kind of steps forward and he's like, "Oh, if you guys need a table, just like we've got some like knucklehead trout to eat tonight with some couple of potatoes and a bit of like gravy."
I'll turn
Not
to the
much.
kobolds and I'll say, "You guys hungry? You like knucklehead trout or
They're all like,
potatoes?"
"Sure, yeah, that sounds great. Any food this place smells amazing. It's so warm. It's so nice."
You heard of potatoes, right? Potatoes.
Potato.
No.
Boil 'em.
Boil
what's
them,
up?
mash them, put them in a stew.
No. That sounds good though. If you look like that from a potato, then I'll like it too.
He's a bit chubby, huh?
So the kobolds hurriedly just like scamper off to a table, and they're all sitting there like, "So how do we get food?" And
You gotta go to the
Quinn-
back corner, the quietest, darkest table.
Yeah.
I'll
Quinn like
Hey.
looks at him and is like, "So I don't know how they're paying. Are you paying for them, I guess?"
Yeah, I'll chip in to pay for their 5 dinners.
Yeah, Quinn's like, I won't charge you full price. Just give me like a gold, and I'll just kind of bring a big platter out there, pretty small. It'll be fine.
Sure. How much is it?
Just 1 gold.
Oh, well, here, I got this bag of coppers.
And Quinn kind of is like, "Yep, you certainly do. Yep, I remember this. Yep, you have a bag of copper. Do you have any gold at the other part?"
Well, come on, you're a business. Surely you can handle this kind of coinage.
Yep. Yep. I sure hope Oris Master comes soon. Yep. Okay. Yep. And he just puts his hand out, and he's like, "I'm expecting." He puts both hands out actually to receive the bag of copper.
Yeah. So it's like 100 coppers.
Yep, it is.
Yeah. I'll hand him 100 copper.
He takes the bag. He's like, just shakes his head. He's like, "If you guys want to take a table, you can order some food as well. I'm sure Oris will be by."
There's 5 more meals for the rest of my party. Here's another 100 copper.
Yeah, it's sure. Yeah, we'll let this one slide. Yeah. So now it's 200 copper to Quinn as he grabs both bags and goes down and just rings in your meal, and just you see him kind of like yell something back into the back of the tavern. As you can see people cooking, you can hear there's no music tonight, but the rest of the place is kind of settled down, and they're all back to chatting to themselves.
We could provide the music for tonight.
You can go up to Quinn and talk to him, but there's nobody present at the moment. Quinn's back at the bar doing his thing there.
Oh, I thought Quinn was the one talking to me, saying there's no more music tonight.
No, it's just like I was describing the scene. There was no music up there. Everybody kind of started talking back to each other. Just kind of like getting back to their conversation. Like the place is picking back up. Like regular conversation and noise is happening around you.
Okay, well, don't worry, fam. I got you. Meals are on me tonight.
That's so generous of you, Maximus. I appreciate it.
Cheers.
You're just loving that.
So you guys are sitting at a table. Quinn is doing his thing behind the bar. The kobolds are at your table as well.
Is it sort of like bustling? It's reasonably busy.
It's busy. Yeah. You guys know this to be not quite dinner time, but you're just about there. Yeah.
I'd like to go up to Quinn and sort of shoulder check and make sure that Maximus is busy doing something.
Sure. Yeah. Maximus
started talking. I'm going to go up to Quinn and I'm going to be like, excuse me, could I buy the copper off of you that Maximus just paid with?
And Quinn is like hurriedly cleaning glasses and refilling them. And he hears you and he kind of looks over the bar. He's like, "Oh, hi. I'm Quinn, and you are."
I'm Ponto.
Oh, nice to meet you, Ponto.
We've been traveling with Maximus, and I kind of want to mess with him a little bit. Do you think that I could buy that copper off of you? And I just got to do it discreet. I don't want him to see.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's 2 gold worth of copper. No problem at all. Yeah.
Fantastic. So I reach into my bag of holding and I pull out 3 gold pieces, and I'm like, I really, really appreciate this. I'll just slide the gold pieces.
And he's like, yeah, you just see him produce the 2 bags, and he just puts it forward and just plops it into the bag of holding. And it's like, it's no problem. It's like, and he pulls out a drink and he hands one to you. He's like, yeah, no worries tonight. Just have a good time, and thanks for the business.
Fantastic. I appreciate it. We'll grab the drink and sort of sleight of hand the smoothest I can, the copper into the bag of holding, and go back over with my drink and sit back at the table. And
got to roll over my passive perception though, right? Sleight of hand.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm good.
I'm definitely not. I did say that I was waiting until he was busy.
Quincy starts talking to him. So he's going to help Ponto, give him the help action.
I'm gonna use my halfling luck and re-roll that one.
Amazing.
It's a 15 plus something. What's your passive?
Hey, Maximus.
8? Oh yeah, I'm fine. That's a 17. I just come back with the drink. I just bought my own drink. No big deal. Everybody's fine. Everybody's acting all natural. Continue
Hey
on.
Ponto, did you see? Do they need any performance tonight? Maybe we could make some money.
Oh, I could go and talk to them about it, but you're probably the one to pitch the idea a little bit more than me.
All right, I'll go back over to Quinn and say, Quinn, there's quite a big crowd here. Maybe you could make some real coin if we did another performance. What do you say?
Quinn's like, "Oh, you guys are up for that? You just came back. Like, you sure you're good?
Oh yeah, I'm always good to perform.
Amazing, Maximus. If you want to make another 10 gold, absolutely. I will happily support. You know what? Don't worry about your meals. They're on me." And he pulls out 2 gold coins and just hands them to you. He's like, "No problem. I'll cover them." And,
Quinn, I think he prefers being paid in copper.
Hey, you're not there.
You're not there, Quincy. But thank you. We're going for that. He hands 2 gold coins out. He's like, "Don't worry about the meals tonight." He's like, if you guys if you need to buy some drinks, like, I can keep one of the gold and you can have a few on me. No problem. 10 gold and we'll call the meals. We're good.
Yeah, I'll do a couple of sets, and we'll have a drink between sets for sure.
Oh yeah, that's no problem. You can get a free drinks in between sets. No big issue.
And those meals yet? Those meals ready yet?
Yeah, they're just
hungry.
coming here. So,
Okay, sweet. Just send them
yeah.
to my table.
Yeah, no problem. And you see Quinn put the 2 gold coins in front of you. I'm assuming you grab both of them. You grab both, Maximus?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
they're in my inventory already.
Okay, sounds good. Maximus turns around and walks back to the table and sits down. Say anything to your group, Maximus?
Hey, crew. I got some meals on the way. And later we'll do a set together. What do you say? You guys up for some performance?
Quincy gets out his kazoo, starts blowing on it.
Maybe the kobolds could be backup dancers.
The kobolds all turn to you. What's a dancer?
They're asking us? No, they're asking Smoke.
They're asking Smoke.
Oh, you just jump up and down and move your legs around and hop.
Can I
Be
see what
sexy.
that looks like, Smoke?
And I do it.
Just be your sexiest self on the
Don't
stage.
think.
I whip my mane back and forth.
You whip your mane back and forth.
I whip my mane back and forth.
A real fantasy character for Gord, eh?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking.
Huge mane.
As you guys are having this conversation, Boris comes forward with huge platters of food and some plates and sets the 2 platters on the table and goes and distributes the plates to you guys. And this big meal of potatoes and knucklehead trout, a bit of gravy on the side, gets to your table, and the kobold's eyes just go wide. They've never seen fish this big. 2, I don't know, good-sized, kokanee-sized knucklehead trout sitting on the table, cooked to perfection. Big bowls of potatoes and some gravy on the side, just to help it all go down. guys take this time to eat, relax. During the course of the eating, the door opens and Horace Mastu comes in. Everybody turns and kind of waves and all cheers as the speaker comes in, and Quinn's like, "Oh, Horace, it's good to meet you. Good to meet you, and good to see you. You finished your business?" And Horace is like, "Yes, thank you. Just give me a meat and just a little bit of food, and I'll be over there. I've got some stuff to eat." Quinn just nods his head, and Horace walks over to the other corner. You all see him walk into the cart over to the opposite side.
Maximus, go get him.
This is my chance. Sure, yeah, I'll go over there and talk to him.
Are you going by yourself?
Tell him to come sit with us.
I'll stand up and wave to Horace.
Horace, yes.
I'll be like, Horace, it's Maximus and the miners. We got some good news. Come join us.
And he's about to sit down. He's like, "That's right. You guys were out. You're back. You're back." And he sees the kobolds. He's like, "Everything's good. Everything's good, right?"
Oh, yeah, everything's good.
Yeah, he takes his stuff and he sits down and joins you at your table. It's like, "It's good to see you all back. I got worried after it was a full day."
Well, it was a lot of work clearing out the mine, but we were able to clear the mine of all the monsters and the kobolds that were down there.
That's great.
They've agreed to work for a small fee and living allowance to be able to just live in the mine.
And Zerk pipes up like, "Yeah, we're great workers. If we can stay in a warm place like this, or even the mine, I don't care. We just want to work and eat and live in peace and just be warm, not outside and cold." And Horace is like, oh. So it was just these kobolds were in the mine, and there was some other stuff that you dealt with. It's all good now.
Yeah, it's all good now. We're here to collect.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll go out first thing tomorrow morning, and I'll just check into the mine. I'll take a few guards with me, and we'll go make sure everything's copacetic, and we'll settle up in the afternoon. It won't take that long.
By the way, you might be wanting to repair the walkway over the pit on the first level. And be very careful when you go across it.
Oh, there was a bit of damage, was there?
Yeah, a sabotage.
Oh, and you kind of see the kobold's ears kind of just like slink down a bit, and they're like, "Yeah, we're sorry. Trax told us to." And Oris is like, "Trax?" Kind of looks at you, Maximus. "Trax?"
Yes, Trex was he was one of the people that we had to dispatch.
Oh. And Zerk pipes up. He's like, "Yeah, we threw him into the hole in the middle, and then he went down. He's gone." And Oris is like, feels like something happened in between there, but he's like, "I don't really care. So as long as everything's good, I can pay you tomorrow afternoon. No problems with you guys. Everything's good."
What was the amount again?
It was 50 gold. It was super appreciated. I really appreciate you guys going down there.
It was 50 gold plus expenses, right?
That included all the expenses, Maximus. It's kind that, but it's tough times in these days. As you can see, it's been winter a really long time outside. You guys haven't seen Torga, have you?
No, have you?
Around your group?
Tried to buy torches from her once, 2 days ago.
She's like, "Yeah, I got a nasty note from her, specifically about you guys."
Really? Can I see the note?
No. That's my business.
What?
It's quite all right.
What did
Well.
she say?
Yeah.
She said that some funny business happened with you guys. She made some threats. I had to look into them today.
What did you
Okay.
find?
It's all right. It's just town business. It's just
You seem to ask us questions about it, so why can't we ask you questions back?
The questions I had to do with the town. Just had to do with a few of sources that lived in the town, and I had to check in on them. Looks like she was just trying to flex a bit of power. So I was just going to give you a heads up. She is looking for you.
We're in a pretty easy to find spot if she wanted to find us.
She's not here. She left it on my door.
Do you know which town they've traveled to? From what we've heard, they do their travels and their selling, but do you know which way she went off? Or
I know she went south from here, so probably to Targos. But from there, I don't know. She travels around a lot, so I mean, if you guys move quick, definitely gonna run into her again, or at least she'll run into you. You can guarantee that. Just keep your eyes about you. You're good people. You took care of this. It was a big thing for us. I'll be sending word to Bryn Shander and East Haven about you guys, just so you're aware.
The only thing we didn't do is we didn't travel to the bottom of the central pit in your minds.
Yeah, we don't go down there. Don't go down there. It's whatever comes up, we kill or we run away. And last time something came up, wasn't good. We lost a lot of miners.
There was like a beak-faced creature that we killed, and
Beak-faced creature. I don't recognize anything by that. And you can kind of see him. He pulls out like a notebook and he's kind of writing some notes. Just
you'll see it there too. The body's still there.
oh, the body's on the first floor as well.
Yes.
He writes down that down. Okay, it's on the first.
We also
floor.
killed the leader of the kobolds because he was evil.
Oh, that was that Trex person.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
He was possessed by something.
Possessed.
Yeah, the rest of these kobolds are fine people.
Huh. You just
So
see him
something
making
controlling
some notes.
And I scratched kind of a couple of bolt holes in my chest from where they fired at me when he says that.
You kobolds aren't going to bite
Actually, I
anybody
think
now,
they
right?
shot you in the ass.
Okay.
They did shoot
Scratch
you
my
in the
ass.
left and right leg.
Yeah, I scratched the holes, the scars. I'll say to the Oris, I'll say, it was pretty nice in there in the mines. It's warm. Is it what causes the warmth down there?
Oh, the farther you go down, we assume that there's a bit of volcanic activity, which is why the lake stays warm as well. And doesn't always freeze over. We assume there's something related there.
Does the lake get warmer when you go deeper?
the lake's warm? Smoke, you should go for a swim.
I might.
Well, and by warm, I mean it's not frozen. It's still freezing cold, but it doesn't freeze. The middle part definitely stays liquid all the time.
But it gets warmer when you go down?
Nobody goes down.
Oh.
It's just cold. You get
All
out
right.
of the water and you freeze. That's why people don't go in.
Crazy land.
It's fine. Thank you for your work. Should I leave word with Bryn Shander and East Haven of Maximus and the miners? Is that what you're going to call yourself?
That's what we call ourselves.
I sneer.
This is the only opportunity I'm going to give you guys to change this path. Okay. You will now be known as Maximus and the Miners. We will talk about spelling when we're done.
Look at that thumbs up.
Oris Mastu gets up from the table and he says, "Thank you for your hard work. It's much appreciated," and bows and says, "I'll be taking my leave. I'll be leaving at first light tomorrow morning. I'll meet you here for noon, probably.
Perhaps we should have a deposit for what the work we have done.
It's fine.
What about the kobolds? Are we good with employing the kobolds?
I'll have to talk to a few people from the mining group.
Okay.
Well, there's a finder's fee for the workforce that we've just brought on.
Well, considering the mission was to go and deal with the kobolds, I feel like that covers it, Maximus. But I will talk to the miners. I will get back to you tomorrow at noon.
But you're already talking to the miners.
That's not our name now, I guess.
Don't worry about him.
Actually, our
He's
name.
not that smart.
I thank you again for your time. I will see you tomorrow afternoon, everyone. And Horace bows again and says, "Thank you," and turns with authority and leaves your guys' table to go back to his. As Quinn has his meal and everything sitting down. Horace thanks Quinn, and you see Horace pay for his meal. And Quinn kind of walks over to his guys, just cut him some slack. He's in a bit of trouble here in Termalaine. A word to the wise, not everybody likes Horace. He's working hard to keep us all motivated, and I'm pretty sure it's all his money paying for this. So
I like him too.
just cut him some slack.
He's good.
Maximus and the miners.
No. Disagree.
Just Maximus. Whenever you're ready and you're done and you feel comfortable and you want to start putting on your show, feel free. Just let me know and I'll kind of clap and get everybody's attention. So just that everybody knows you're coming on.
I'll get everybody's attention.
Oh, you'll do it. Oh, perfect. Thank
Yeah,
you.
if I've eaten my meal, then I'll turn to the group. I'll be like, "You guys ready? We're on."
I'll climb up onto the stage and I'll do a roar.
You see that everyone just kind of like stops and the kobolds beside you jump and hop in fear as like they've heard this before, but definitely more volume this time.
It is time. It is time to listen to Maximus. Maximus, take it away. How was that? Was that good, Maximus? Maximus, was that good?
Such a bad accent.
Okay, well, I'll take the stage. Is anyone else going to join me up here, or is it just me?
Play my horn. It's only one note though. When you start singing, it's just.
Maybe I should hold auditions.
That could be the next episode.
I shuffle the kobolds up there to show them, like, start dancing over there.
I think they're afraid of you. They won't come any closer to you.
Oh, Quincy, why'd you roll so well? I got 3.
So I'll take the stage and I'll sing a little ditty. Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. Smoke ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
No.
It starts tinkering around, and there's the sparks coming out of the little boxes. Cass pressed the digitation a couple of times to have a spray of little fireworks going around.
Nice.
He was looking kind of dumb with a finger and a thumb in the shape of an L on his forehead.
Some sound starts emitting from one of them, and a little
Smoke is tapping his feet.
Yeah, you can see all the people are kind of like paying attention and clapping to the rhythm. You do notice, Maximus, during this time that Oris is very focused on his meal and is just eating his meal, and you see him look up every now and again and doesn't pay too much attention. He appreciates it, but he's not sitting back and going just like watching the show. So with that performance check, you can give it to me with advantage.
Quincy got a 20.
Hey
Yeah.
now, you're an all-star. Get the game on. Let's play.
Okay, that's a 19 performance.
I'll look over to Yeti and I say, he's singing about me.
You're an all-star, Smoke.
Yes.
So with that, the crowd cheers, and Exuon is like, and they want more. You'll continue that song and other ones for the next half an hour, 45 minutes to finish your first set, and you thank the crowd. And do you want to say anything before you get off the stage after your first set?
It's all ever. It's Maximus and the Miners. Remember that name, Maximus and the Miners.
Everybody
Play my
cheers.
horn when he tries to say that the whole time. He's like, Maximus, and I'm just like, censored.
And the horn blares, and Maximus stares at you, and as soon as you take a breath, he's like, Maximus and the Miners, and then the brrr happens again, and everybody knows you are already the Maximus and the Miners. They're aware of the name of you. You come back, and Quinn drops another drink at your table. He's like, thanks again, man. Super appreciative of this. Have your drink, you rest up. We'll go once more for songs and then wrap up the evening. Maximus, you take notice that as you're starting your second round of your set, Orist gets up from his table, waves over to Quinn, and as you're getting up, he waves to you as well and says thank you. And doesn't shout out, but you can see the gesture and the recognition there. And thanks you for your hard work, and you see him leave the Blue Clam. So you're back up for your second set.
Okay, the second set, I'll take the stage and clear my throat. Maybe pull out my guitar and accompany myself.
As he's clearing his throat and doing it, I'm catching up on the nonverbal cues. I'll cast prestidigitation and like start snuffing out any candles and everything, and then light one candle in front of him, like right in front of him with his guitar or his lute.
Okay,
I
and I'll
hope,
start
I hope it's a power ballad.
Yeah, I'm plucking away. Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be damn because I want it all.
Started out with a kiss.
Yeah. Started out with a kiss. How did I end up like this?
Yep. Go ahead with your performance check with advantage.
Ooh, that's an 11.
Something about maybe the dim light and maybe the song you chose. Not everybody.
It might not have
Okay.
recognized it. You know,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
not that popular.
And that
so
that was with advantage. 11. Oof. Those are some singles that you rolled. Yeah, they maybe didn't like the tune or the melody of it. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't for these people, but you kind of wave and finish your set, and you're like, yeah, it's Maximus and the Miners, and everybody's like, they kind of like, they're all doing their own thing, not really paying attention from the set. And Quinn walks over, he's like, sure you're all right? Like, you know, didn't really. It was okay. It still sounded good. Some people liked it, but you know, it was still good. And he drops the bag at 10 gold. He's like, you know, it's appreciated. Anytime you want to come back here and play, you just let me know.
But maybe don't play songs by the Killers since we're being accused of stuff from Torga.
Had nothing to do with that, but thank you. You guys finish your meal. All the kobolds are like, so do we go back with you now or do we stay here?
You're on your own now, boys.
Can we rewind a second and
Sure.
can Ponto attempt to sneak out as Maximus is starting the song and see if he can follow Horace?
So
I would want to do the snuff out the candles so it's nice and dark, and give him the candle for the ambiance, and then I would have attempted to make a beeline out and see if I could track which way he was going.
Sure. Give me a perception check when you leave the blue cloud.
It's not very good. That's an 8.
He definitely dips out of your eyesight, and you're looking around. He's like, you know, he just left here, but you don't see him.
I'll wander around for 10 minutes and sort of like circle around the block and see if there's anything that I can pick up, and if not, I'll head back in right for the end of the set.
You'll be staying out there for about a half an hour then.
Well, part of the way through the set. I'm not going to wander around for a half hour.
Yeah,
in
you can
circles.
wait 10 minutes, but if you
Yeah.
wanted to wait for the end of the set, it would
Yeah.
take a half hour. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you want to just like slip back in.
Yeah.
So during the time Maximus is upstage, you guys see Ponto scamper off. He's like, "Oh, I'll just be right back," and just runs out quickly shortly after Oris has left. And 10 minutes later, you see him pop back in. And he joins your table again, and Maximus continues to play, and everything else happens as said.
Maybe he really does need the miners, you guys. He's not doing that great right now.
Yeah, I think the horn really adds a lot to it.
Maybe it's too dark and he can't see his music.
It's the kazoo.
I'll put a bonfire at his feet.
I'll definitely warm the place up, maybe a little too much with the wooden building.
He looks really unimpressed at us right now.
Yeah. Maximus finishes his set. Quinn comes over, pays him, and you guys are left with the question of what are the kobolds doing?
I'll take him to the nearest kind of winter outfit shop, and I'll buy him some coats.
Nighttime?
It's nighttime outside.
Oh,
no
then
shops open.
I won't be doing that then.
Yeti,
Nope.
do you have an extra coat? And could maybe 2 kobolds, like, could one stand on their shoulders and just use one coat?
I don't have a coat.
Someone's been looking at the art.
So
Looking at art all night.
yeah, sure have been. The kobolds are like, well, we're gonna need to sleep somewhere, and Quinn is hearing this. He's like, it's okay, they can sleep in here tonight. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
I can shelter them for the night. It's fine.
Do we get a vibe that there's anybody that would attack them, like racial problems or anything?
No,
Some
you
people
can
in
you can see that the miners are like, they're kind of like hesitant,
But not aggressive.
They're not aggressive. They don't want to mess around. Like they ran away when they saw them. They came in with you guys. Quinn says that they can stay here. I'll put them to work, and they can bed down for the night.
Well, I'll introduce them to the miners, just so that they can kind of, these guys might be working with you pretty soon in the mines. You all have to get along.
And the group of miners at the table around, they're like, yeah, we saw them. That's why we left. It's okay. As long as they don't hurt us, we won't hurt them.
I'll look over at the kobold.
And Zerk just sounds good.
Happy times.
Quinn says, thanks for the work tonight, guys. We'll be shutting down in the next 10, 20 minutes. If you need another drink, let me know, and we'll go from there. Thank you for your work. You guys shuffle out of the Blue Clam, maybe after one more drink. To expedite things, are you guys going to the East Side Inn?
Yeah.
So you walk into the inn, and scroll down because I have to remember her name. Marta sees you guys walking. He's like, "Oh, thanks so much. You guys are back for another night."
We are.
Oh, do you just need the same amount of rooms again?
I think you said our rooms would stay prepared, right?
They are prepared. We just need
my room again.
Yeah, we just need a little bit of gold, and you can stay one more night. That's no problem.
Yeah, he just made a bunch of money on performance, so he's paying.
Oh,
5 gold?
Yeah, 5 gold will more than meals in the morning and everything, and I'll make sure you guys have hot water again in your room, and you can towel down. Successful work in the mines tonight.
Okay, I'll toss her 5 gold.
Thank you.
I'm going to sleep with Quincy the same way. I'll put our bed up against my bed against the door, and probably have to move it 5 times during the night.
Same thing is for me that I told everybody last time. There is a hunting trap set up, sprung in front of my door. Don't open the door.
So you guys all bed down for the night. You're a little restless actually, because you guys haven't done much today. You've rested, and you woke up and you went to the bar pretty much, and drank and ate, and then went out of the bar to the
do some push-ups.
That sounds about like what I did actually in real life today. So
that's right. Eat and drink.
You guys bed down for the night and sleep.
And you hung out with Smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We will call it there for tonight's episode.
Awesome.
Thanks for listening to Perilous Pursuits. Be sure to check out our website at perilouspursuits.com for new episodes, news, and other information. In the meantime, go give your Craig cat a walk, give your owlbear a big hug, and go play some D&D.